I know this is gonna sound super bitter, but honestly, like, I don't wish you the best.
You're a fucking crazy bitch, because she was, man. She's nuts.
Are you now dead from my life? Do you hate me because, like, oh wow, we were together now and this is just how the trend goes? We met.
The first time that I met him,
We met at some concert.
we went to this house party.
My freshman year of high school.
I threw up on his shoes,
And so we just kind of started talking more.
Just like hanging out and just cracking jokes.
and then tried to make out with him in front of my mom.
We didn't really start dating until after senior year of high school.
And I was like, this guy's never gonna talk to me again.
I don't know, we just came together.
We just came from like two different worlds. She was like more upper class.
He was so nice to me. He was very attentive.
I was like a kid like on scholarship who just like lived in the ghetto.
She sees the world in a very similar way as I did.
We would share a lot in books that we would read and art.
You know, we like to look at situations and like analyze them. And
We were scarily similar in almost every way. Near physically, she just looked like a female version of myself.
that was like a constant hobby of ours, I guess. So.
And we would be together and she would be like, I think we need to break up now. And I would say like, why? What's going on? Like, what's wrong? And she just says, it was weird. She would always say, things are too good right now. And I'm just not ready for when they're not good.
The first month we were dating, she like slept with her ex-boyfriend, who was like an abusive piece of shit for like 3 years, you know.
Like, the thing that hurt the most was that, like, I've been pregnant multiple times with him, and I've had a miscarriage every single time. But the first miscarriage, like, after I lost the baby, was when he cheated on me for the first time with this one girl.
I think we were just both really young, not necessarily emotionally ready to engage. She had just gotten out of a pretty abusive relationship that lasted 3 years prior. We came together, but it was hard because she had to put up with a lot of my like anxiety and depression episodes, I guess, and I had to deal with her and this other person kind of revolving around her constantly because it was, you know, it was like a codependent thing.
One time I broke up with him, and he was like, I really want to get back with you, this and that. And I was like, no, like, I don't want to do this. And he was just like, oh, no, like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I'll answer any questions you want me to answer for you. So I was like, okay, like, how many people do you cheat on me with? And he was like, I think 15, maybe more. The thing is that with abusive relationships, they make you feel like you can't be anybody without them. So, you know, I stayed because he just made me think that I couldn't live without him.
It was just hard because she could never see what the other half is. Like, you grew up like this, and I understand that, sure, you might have had your own problems, but, like, there is a difference. Everybody would crack jokes like, oh, look, you're going out with rich girls now. Like, when are they going to see through you? So no matter how much it seemed like it was working out between me and her, there was always these outside perspectives that was just, this isn't going to work out. This isn't what she wants. She's going to drop you later on. And well, she did, so I guess the outside world was right.
I didn't want to be in a relationship, that I wasn't ready, that, you know, I wasn't committed to being exclusive. And
She invited me over. We sat down on the porch. She served me a glass of tea, and she's like, it's this. I'm like, oh, you fucking bitch.
I packed my bags and I moved out of the country. Like, I moved back to Colombia just to get away from him.
the last thing I said before she left was like, we can't do this anymore.
I never got mad at it because I knew why it happened. We were just in two separate places.
And the night before I had to leave, he broke into my house.
she was like, no, we need to try this. We need to try it out. And I was like, well, let's take a break.
Like, I was living every day as if it was my last. And she was more concerned about the future. She didn't know what was going to happen.
And then my mom ended up calling the police.
We never really lost feelings for each other, but we understood that the situation wasn't right.
Me and my mom have a 2-year restraining order against him, like, at the moment. These are, like, the last pictures I have off of us.
It's my Christmas gift in 2015.
The record is the Dead Kennedys fresh fruit for rotting vegetables.
Pablo Nevera is one of my favorites, but also just a sentimental, horny dude. Thought you'd appreciate it. Love you.
All in the course of like 2 hours. We like went, I bought the record, then she dropped me off at the airport. So I'm like, oh, that was a special thing.
Like, this is it. Like, that's it. That's all I got.
There is no advice for recovery. You're going to be depressed for a couple months. Like, that's how it happens.
Don't hold in the pain that you're holding. Like, don't stop yourself from crying. Like,
definitely don't do a bunch of drugs and drink.
Oh, it ended because I was this type of person, so I'm going to change that so this doesn't happen in future relationships. That's not something you should do.
like, it's good to just feel every single thing through it.
It's very important to like really sift through those feelings and organize them in a way that's coherent. I would say just take your time, breathe,